Hi guys, it is Elisa here, or the Diamond Stitcher as I go by on YouTube and Instagram. Hello, good morning or good afternoon, whatever time of day it is you are watching this, I hope you are having a wonderful one. If you are new to my channel, first off, welcome. I'm happy you found me and I hope you would consider subscribing and stick around for all things diamond painting. And if you are returning, thank you so much for your continued support. I actually have a post review for you guys today. I actually am going to include two finishes in this video. Both are from Diamond Art Club. Of course, here is the first one we can see on screen. This one is titled Chroma. Let me just pull up the bottom of the canvas and zoom in a little bit. Here it is here with that thumbnail of the image. So this is from Diamond Art Club. It's titled Chroma. The artist is Margaret Morales, one of my favorite artists, and it measures 46.8 centimeters by 70.7 centimeters. This was a fun one to do. Now, I did start this one in the spring, and it's been finished now. I'm trying to remember, when did I have my diamond painting event this year? I think it was in May, wasn't it, you guys? So if it was in May, I was working on this one, and I think I finished it kind of in the first week of June or second week of June. And I've just been waiting for, you know, the usual energy to film a post review. And I really wanted to share this one because I love it. It's my first Margaret Morales painting ever. I know she was at another company, but I did not like their quality, so I didn't purchase from them. So I was crossing my fingers when she became available as an artist that Diamond Art Club would be able to grab her, and I'm so excited that they are partnering and creating some amazing diamond paintings. I have almost all of them. I think there's two that I'm missing. I can't remember how to pronounce the first one, but then the Hades and Persephone one, I decided to put on my wish list too. Now that I've seen unboxings, I kind of wish I got it, but I can always pick it up on a restock. I have a feeling her art is going to be around for a while. That's just my guess. I have no insider info at all. Just the fact that she's a very popular artist. Her canvases sell, and they usually sell out, so that's good for business. So I hope to see them restock at least once, and then I might pick those up. But this painting was such a delight to work on. It has 70 colors, and in it there were no ABs in this kit. I forgot, no ABs, but they did have a, what did they have? They had a metallic, which is in the crown. Let me pull it up here. You can see those metallic drills in the crown. Now, I did add, and let me actually just zoom in instead. I did add some crystals in the red jewels in her crown, and if you did see an update on this, I think I did it in one of my whip and chats. I told you that I was trying to debate if I wanted to take out a certain light colored diamond. Well, I did, and I put in a different one, and I think it looks a lot better. In person, it looks really cool. I think that was a little bit of a miss in rendering to make the crystals in the crown actual crystal. I think that would have been really fun. I even added the red crystals, or I guess they're a shade of pink, in the tips of each of these little, what do you call those, spokes on the crown. Really hard to see through the camera, but in person it looks really cool. Now, Diamond Art Club did chart in some clear crystals. You can see them here. They call them iridescent diamonds. They're kind of scattered throughout the painting. We can see some up here as well, some coming down here. On this side of the painting, we have some metallic drills in this area too, and there are some of the clear crystals. There's also a blue, well, I guess, is it one crystal? Yeah, there's just one crystal, 5200, so it's not a blue. It's just the way the light's shining. It looks kind of blue here, but it is clear. And where else did they have it? They had quite a bit at the bottom, which I'll show you later. I elected not to put any special diamonds in her eyes. Sometimes I will, but I just felt like I didn't want to change up this painting too much. I already felt like the crystals in the crown might be too much. It actually took me a little bit of fine-tuning to get them looking how I wanted with what crystals I had available. Usually what I do is I go into my crystal stash, which isn't that big, and I have shades of different colors, and I try and choose the one that matches closely to the DMC that's charted. So it's not really pre-planned. I kind of just go on a whim. I think if I could do this over again, I would have saved the crown for last so that I could use the extra metallic diamonds in the crown a little bit more. I mean, they do have them kind of around this center part of the crown, but I feel like it would have looked cool to actually outline the crown in metallic and really make it stand out, but they might not have wanted to do that because Margaret Morales' artwork is more of like a watercolor effect. There's not really any crisp lines. They're very soft, so that would have probably made it too crisp, but I think it would have looked good if we outlined all of these little spokes in metallic diamonds. So that's something that I thought of changing, but I don't want to mess with the painting too much. As my first Margaret Morales, I kind of wanted to just do it as charted and see how it turned out. And look at those beautiful colors when I zoom out a little bit. Let me just move this off here. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful colors in this kit. This is probably one of the most enjoyable canvases I've worked on all year, to be honest. I love the colors. I love the rendering. Diamond Art Club square diamonds are fitting so nicely together. There are barely any gaps. Any tiny slivers of drills that have a tiny bit of gap, you can kind of see a couple in here. The glue is actually going to cure a little bit more over time when exposed to air, and it'll pull those diamonds together even better. I actually think their square placement right now with these new kits is perfect. If they got any tighter, we would have popping drills, and I've experienced that with another shop. So I think the way that they have it now is absolutely perfect, and I hope they don't change things too much going forward, because I really had a good experience with this kit. There was a period of time where I kind of had to take a break from Diamond Art Club squares because they had a mix of old and new drills, and they were fitting differently. The old drills were a bit too big, the new drills were perfect, and the grids were tighter. So there was issues with spacing, and some of the old drills, the section where you would be placing them would be super tight, and it caused a lot of pain in my arm. For those that don't know, I have nerve damage in my arms. So this kit was an absolute joy to work on. No pain, no suffering. It was just complete joy. Let me kind of go down to the bottom half of the canvas here. Look at these beautiful flowers. I love the colors they chose in this painting. I love that when you actually stand back and like even looking through the camera screen now, it just looks so beautiful. It's the texture, the dimension, there's no crisp lines. It's very soft rendering. I know for a while a lot of people said Diamond Art Club can't do soft renderings. Well, I've always said, if you have a good rendering team, you can do any rendering. It takes an artist to render these paintings. That's who works behind these kits, is not just the artist of the image, but the artists in the rendering team at Diamond Art Club, and they really are amazing. To create an image such as this into a masterpiece with little tiny plastic beads, I know I could not do it. So props off to them. There are some metallics in this ring that's attached to her hand as well. A few little crystals over there, and then they did put a bunch of crystals in here. I really like how they did the crystals on this side. In fact, I'm looking at the other side. Let me just show you these for now. Kind of all in here. See how they did the crystals? I don't want to keep zooming in and out, in and out. See over here? And now I'm off screen, but I don't want everything to fall. Here we go. See how they did that? I think it's so pretty, and in here too. I'm actually looking at this, and I wish that they would have done it over here. Here you can see the same lines that are on the other side. They're like the, what do you call them? The, I know you florists out there are going to correct me. They're the pollen thingies that stick up from the flowers, right? They put some crystals at the very top of them, but I think the whole thing in crystal would look really nice. I wonder if I have any extra. I might pop them off and put them in, just so both sides of the painting are symmetrical. I might do that. I don't know how many extra I have, but I probably don't need very many, maybe under 50. So if I have them, I may elect to go in and do that, because I think it would look nice. I think this side looks beautiful, the way that they charted the crystals, and I think the other side would look really great symmetry wise as well. Overall, this painting was an absolute joy. You can tell, well, let me just find the edge. Here we go, the edge of my canvas. I don't put washi tape around the border. The overhang of glue with Diamond Art Club is very minimal, and when I'm diamond painting, I'm usually wearing a short sleeve shirt, so I'm not worried about sweater fuzz getting stuck in the glue at all. Usually when I finish off the diamond paintings, I will paint the border black, and I will be doing that with this one, and I will be hanging her up for a little while at least in the bathroom. That's where I joke, my husband lets me store my diamond paintings, or I shouldn't say store, lets me put them up and enjoy them. And I usually put up the new finish every, I don't know, 1 to 3 months, depending on how long it takes me to finish diamond paintings these days. There was a lot of fairy dust in this kit as well. It's too hard for me to point it all out, but in person you can really see it. I love fairy dust. It's just such a subtle shimmer effect. Not crazy like the ABs, not in your face like that. Now, I really like it. So this is my most recent big finish. Now, I do want to show you another finish I had. Let's just move that off to the side. I picked up one of Diamond Art Club's new mini dazzle sets, and this is the one I picked up. Classic flowers, set of 6, and they are about 4x6-inch little canvases. 17 colors in this kit. The diamond shape is square. The special thing about these kits is there's ABs and the rest of the diamonds are all fairy dust. So you can see all of those Z's or Z's in front of the numbers. They're all fairy dust. So 16 colors in fairy dust and 1 green AB. And the neat thing about this, I've worked on a similar product from another company, and I know people probably know who I'm talking about. This is a bit different. They've made it their own, which is really cool. All special diamonds, and I think they turned out really good. The other thing is the packaging. Each little picture had its own package of diamonds labeled. So this one was the sunflower, this one was the orchid, this one was the lotus, and so on. So you had your little pack of diamonds for each canvas, which made it really great if you wanted to take it and say go to a coffee shop or a library without having to bring a big storage case full of diamonds. I elected to open the bags as I went, so I would pick a symbol on the canvas and then I'd open the bag, do the entire symbol on this one canvas, and then I would put them aside and save them. I do have quite a few fairy dust left over. I never ran out of a color. I never came close, and I do have leftovers of them all. So what I'm doing is I'm going to keep the leftovers because Diamond Art Club diamonds are top quality. They're the best of the best, and I do like blinging out my big diamond paintings from time to time, and I really would like a nice collection of special diamonds from Diamond Art Club. So I am going to start collecting their specials versus purchasing my own. I just don't have the space to purchase a whole bunch anymore. But anyways, here's the first one. So this is the sunflower. Look at the ABs. The way they placed them was amazing. The sunflowers turned out gorgeous. The other neat thing about these paintings is they do have a border. Now, some of them aren't quite even, but it's easily fixed. Depending on if you're going to frame it, what I do with these is I have a little part on my wall that I actually have some houseplant ones. I have 3 of them, and I painted a border on those. But what I could do with this is just trim down the one side, this side that's a bit uneven, and I could paste it up on the wall like that. If you're going to put it in a frame, it might matter because I don't know how much leeway it would have. It might look off center unless you used kind of a mat. So that I'm not quite sure. I don't have a frame. Do I have a frame? Let me see if I have a frame. I do have a frame. Let me just pop it open. This frame is actually from Paint Gem. They sell, or they did sell, frames on their website. They are the other company that creates mini diamond painting kits like this. And I bought their frames to try them because it's always a pain in the butt going to a craft store and trying to find the right size frame for some of these little projects. So let's see how this fits. I believe that this is a 4x6, and without the mat, it would be a 5x7. So let's see how this one goes. So yeah, there is some leeway. So which side is uneven? This side is the uneven side. It would probably take me a few attempts to get this centered because I've got to flip it. But let's just see. Yeah, so see, you can see it's a little bit off center, but you can easily fix it. It would help if you had another pair of hands, honestly. Is that going to be? Let me just look without putting them back on. Sorry guys, I was concentrating there. Let's see if I did it. Darn it, I moved it. Anyway, that actually looks pretty darn good. It's a little bit taller at the top, so I'd have to fiddle with it again. But there you go. So even though the border was a little bit wonky on one side, with this 4x6 frame, I'm able to, and I think it's 4x6. I could be wrong, you guys. It could be a little bit bigger. I don't have a measuring tape close by, and I'm not getting up again, but nevertheless, it looks really good in a frame, doesn't it? So that is that one, and then we have the orchid here, beautiful purple. I love how they rendered these. I think it turned out really beautiful, the shades of colors that they chose to use, and like I said, there are lots of leftover diamonds. Here is the lotus one. I hope they come out with more flower editions. The other thing I'd really love to see is a houseplant edition. That's my favorite one, and I'd love to see some houseplants, you know, that are all green, but also ones that have pops of color, like the what is it, flower of paradise or bird of paradise flower. There's a whole bunch of plants that have beautiful flowers in them. I would love to see those. Here is another tulip version. Now, at time of filming, they did release 4 more themes for Mini Dazzle sets. I think so far we had a diner option, we had makeup, we had this floral set, an exotic floral set. Then they introduced, I think, like beach type scene one, 4th of July one, plants and leaves, and then medicinal herbs, I think was the other one. If I'm not mistaken, I'm just guessing off my memory here. Here is some lavender, very beautiful. I might put this one up. Actually, I love lavender. And then lastly is the rose. So these were really fun to do. I have been struggling in pain the last couple of weeks, and I haven't been feeling like dragging out my big diamond painting and working on it. So these kits came at a perfect time. I was able to grab one a day and just use the diamonds that were for the specific flower and bang it out pretty darn quickly. Now I did want to show you some of the new toolkit stuff here that came just for fun. Now the one thing I wanted to show you is the trays. So this tray on the left is bigger. It comes with the regular sized diamond paintings. This tray is smaller and the stopper's fallen out, I noticed right now. And it comes with a mini dazzle set. So if you like to collect trays and you like to kit up into trays, you can collect the 2 different sizes, which I think is great. I used the small one for this set. The lid is actually securing. I don't know if I would call it locking, but it does kind of click in, and no matter how hard you shake it, no matter which way you shake it, that lid is not moving, so they are pretty darn secure, and that stopper is secure in there too, as long as you put it in right the first time. The tray itself worked really good. The line spacing is great. The diamonds slid very nicely. I think I will wash them or wipe them down with a dryer sheet just to eliminate some static. And the other thing I suggested to Diamond Art Club is on the sides here, diamonds would get stuck because you can see that it's going straight across. So if they just angle this a little bit, then the diamonds won't get stuck there anymore and they will come out. So hopefully we will see that in a future upgrade. But that is the tray. And then the other big ticket item is the new pens. And you can see I've got 2 here, and it looks like I've got different things in them, and I do. So I had 2 new toolkits. So I took one and I removed all of the putty in it, and I put the red wax. Now it did take quite a while to remove the putty. There are still some pieces of putty in there, but with more use, I'm sure that it will work its way out. I just used tweezers, some hot water, and tried to get most of the putty out that I could. Let me unscrew it this way so you can see. So I just filled it up with red wax the same way that you would refill it with putty, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Let's see if it focuses. This little plunger just comes out, so once you have used a lot of wax and you need to refill it, you just stick more in there, put the plunger in, screw the pen back together, and off you go. Works the same way with putty. You just twist until you have a little bit come out there. Make sure it's nice and flat, and it works well picking up your diamonds. The original pen that comes with the toolkit comes with putty, so it already has putty loaded in it when we get it. Sometimes you'll see some putty sticking out here. Sometimes you have to twist it. So to twist it, I hold on to this clear piece that we can see on the left. Then I grab the white pen and I turn it, I guess, clockwise until some putty comes out. And it can be a little bit tough to turn, but look at that. We've got a big bunch of putty out, so that's way too much. You want to also make sure you take it off and it's nice and flat. That way your putty won't stick to your diamonds or your glue. It just is enough to pick up your diamonds. When you have used all the putty in this pen and you want to refill it, you do the same thing. I hold this clear thing, I hold this with the other hand, and I turn it counterclockwise until it comes all the way off. Now, I think I've already refilled this pen. I have, so I won't be able to add more in it right now, but essentially what you do, and this is really stuck because of just the suction. There we go. It took me a little minute to get it off, but you just have to pull, and I pulled back and twisted at the same time. It's just because the putty is sticky and it forms a bit of a suction to this, it can be a little bit hard to get out, but you're not going to break it. They just pull apart, and then you can see in there is the putty. If you need to add a little bit more, they do send some putty in their toolkits. And you guys, I don't know if this is the new version of their putty. They did say they were going to improve it, and I'm finding this putty is super firm. and it works really well. And for my mini Dazzler set, I could use this putty with ABs and it did not stick. So I'm curious, and I know I've asked this in another video. If you didn't see that one or you didn't answer, let me know. Is this Diamond Art Club putty working for ABs with you? Because it is for me, and this is the stuff that came in a toolkit. So if you want to try that, let me know. I have a feeling it has to do with my climate, which is a lot milder than some of you guys. Anyway, I pulled off a little bit of putty and I want to reload this. So what I'm going to do is just pull it off, roll it into a little kind of sausage, stick it down in there. Then I'm going to take the plunger and put it on top. And again, you kind of push down and I kind of wiggle it. You can see my hands wiggling. It's just easier for me with my nerve damage. Now you've got your putty in there and the plunger back in. You can put this part of the pen on. And the other thing I wanted to note, if you're finding it's really hard to twist your pen, there may be some putty stuck in these grooves. And as you can see, there is some putty still stuck in there. I thought I got it all out. It's just a little bit, but it can make it a little bit harder to turn your pen. So if you are experiencing that and it's hard for you to turn it, check and see if there's any putty stuck in these grooves here and try and remove it with your tweezers. Anyway, let's put this back on. Here we go. And we keep twisting until it stops, and then you should be able to, again, pump out some more putty just like that. So that is the new pen. I used this new pen with the putty for this mini Dazzle set. I used it with the tray that came with it, and it worked wonderfully. As I said, I could use it with the AB in this kit as well, and no putty stuck to it, so that was a pleasant surprise. So usually putty sticks to AB diamonds, which is why I got some of the red wax out. The other thing you can do if you're finding putty or wax is sticking to ABs. You can get it wet. Some people lick it, you guys. I'm not endorsing that or telling you to do that. Some people touch it on their face where there's a lot of oil that builds up during the day, like your nose or your forehead. But the most hygienic way is have a little damp paper towel beside you, or one of those, you know, wet sponges at the grocery stores, and just dip the tip of your pen on the damp surface, and it should make it a little bit less sticky, that you will have better luck placing those diamonds. So that's just a tip if you want to use the pen still, but you're finding whatever substance you're using is sticking a little bit, just dampen it. But that is it for this post review. I just wanted to show you the toolkit things and of course the kits that I finished. Will I be picking up another mini Dazzle set? Yes, I will be. I really like them. I like that I can get them from my favorite shop. I like what I'm seeing. I love all of the special diamonds. The fairy dust looks perfect. I can now collect extra diamonds from the leftovers too, so I definitely will be adding more to my collection. They are perfect. I like how they're packaged. I like how they're laid out. Very easy to follow and easy to use, so I do recommend them. Let me know what paintings you guys have finished lately. If you haven't shared your finishes on the Facebook group, make sure you do that. If you're not part of our Facebook group, what are you doing? You can join us. It's DAC Fans Canada. We celebrate all things Diamond Art Club, as well as some other licensed shops with exceptions. It is titled Canadians, but that just refers to the destashing part of the Facebook group. Everybody is allowed to join no matter where you are from. You're allowed to post, you're allowed to share, you're allowed to comment, you're allowed to join giveaways. You just have to cover the shipping, and you are allowed to join events that I may have in that group too. So it is open to everyone. If you're new to my channel and you made it to the end, you'll probably like it here. You can hit that subscribe button. If you didn't know, it's absolutely free and it's the best way to show my channel support. You can also click the notification bell to be notified when I do post videos. I try and post them on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule, but sometimes I do have some bonus videos here and there. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up as well. That not only helps my channel grow, gets my videos out there, but it also gives exposure to the shops or people I'm talking about in my videos. So don't forget to do that too. Otherwise, until next time, happy diamond painting, you guys. Bye.